Big Z Reviews. Copper Bill is a new indie kind of thriller drama that recently started streaming on Amazon. And it's not a very good film. It has some moments, but overall it tries to make too many surprises without actually explaining any of them. So the reason I knew about this is one of the stars of it is Dustin Rhodes, and he's an AEW, and I know he tweeted about it, so I thought I'd check it out. And it has some interesting things about it. Like, it could have been a decent film, but it's very annoying at times. Like, the basic idea is that this was one guy, he's like a gambler, and he's in debt like $30,000 to this guy called the Indian, and his friend and the guy that might be like kind of the muscle of the Indian is Dustin Rhodes, and like he gets him help to say that he had want to pull off this heist where the granddaughter of this old like Texas drug money kingpin is the grandfather just died. And they're going to try to, get the money from her before it goes in escrow or whatever, and she can get away with the money, $80 million. And so they want to go in there and, kidnap her, or torture her, get wherever the money is, and get out of there and pay it off, and then share the rest. And the other character is Tom Halem, and the girl is Katie Harris. The only problem is that Katie Harris, she is a mute. So that makes it a little more difficult to try to get them to talk. But, it's just that I think it's the problem with this film comes down to the writer, who is also the director, Brett Bettman. And it's that, I think he's trying to be like Tarantino-esque. Like there's one scene involving a trunk that reminded me a little bit of one scene in Jackie Brown. But, the idea is, you don't know who to root for, but you have your introduction to these characters are the two thieves, Dustin Rhodes and Tom Halem, and they're not good guys, but they're trying to personalize them, I think, but it's just you don't like them. And then it's funny though, they're doing bad things and they're taking this woman prisoner, but they can never actually harm her. They're bad guys, but they're not women beaters. They'll torture her. They'll pretend they're gonna drill a hole in her leg, but they're not gonna actually do it. The only time she'll actually get hurt is when she's trying to escape, and she'll hurt herself. It's they're trying to get around them being the characters, but then also them being horrible. And they don't have I think a better film would have been if you focused more on Katie Harris. And they did have one scene after they introduced the thieves or whatever, where she's reheating microwave pizza and drinking from a carafe of wine. And then, but I mean, I wish you got more time with her earlier on, before she's taken prisoner. But I mean, the actress, she did pretty good. She was probably the best part of the film. But I think the biggest, the reason this film doesn't work is, at a certain point, the twists and turns start. And, the first one is fine. It's surprising. I understand why you do that. But at the same time, by doing that, what they get from it is not used at all. It's only there for the shock. They only did it for the shock. Because what happens after that, when you get a new character in there, this character is so stupid. And it's the character comes in and it's he's talking about, I wouldn't have expected his ball sack to be so small. And then they go on and then you have a scene with him this shitting, and he's shitting on the toilet. Oh boy, you stink. And it's why? What's the point of this character? Especially because there's another shocking scene where the girl, he's killed. Sorry about spoilers, but they and that's actually the best kill in the movie. I think it's almost been a horror thrill. If they'd done more with the torture, or if they'd done more with the violence. That's the most violent scene, and it's actually good. It looks practical. But most of the other times when people are killed, they had the camera turned away, so they can't actually show it. Probably they didn't have the budget to actually make a good fake body to have him destroy or something. But it's just kind of disappointing in a movie. Like, I would love to see more blood and guts, or more anything there. Another goofy thing about this film, though, is that the whole time they're building up this Indian character, like the guy they owe money to. Dustin Rose is always like, if you don't get that money, he's gonna come here and kill all of us. They really built him up, and then when he actually does come, he's kind of cool looking, but at the same time, he's kind of a short, chubby, old Indian guy. And I mean, he looks kind of interesting, looks kind of cool, but he doesn't, the only thing that they have to do that's very threatening is he cuts off a dead person's hand. And but if he doesn't actually do anything, he never does anything that threatening. And I think that it's kind of eh. And then even worse, right after that, they delegitimize him by having another character pop in now that's above him, and there's so many shenanigans with that. That character that pops in there is the worst part of this film, and because it doesn't make any sense, this character, and it's even weirder because I mean, towards the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but there are more twists and turns. Let's just say that, and the very last twist doesn't make any sense. When the last twist happened, I was like, okay, I'm not even going to devote any brain cell to trying to figure this out, because you can't. It doesn't make sense. The way they wrote it, it's impossible to make sense. I mean, again, I'm not spoiling it, but how they did it, it means that all the different twists and turns throughout the movie, they were all maybe kind of planned, or they all had a plan, and that doesn't make sense. None of that really works. And so it just kind of gets frustrating. But I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, it is pretty bad. I've seen a lot worse, but I mean, it could have been a lot better. I feel I feel that with some adjustments, I think it could have been a lot better film. And the director and writer was so focused on trying to shock you that it just didn't make any sense. Needed another couple passes on the script before making this film. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. But thanks for watching. If you got the video plays over my head, and subscribe to me, Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.